Hello, everybody, and welcome to Brooks Knows Baseball 30 Breakdowns in 30 days. Today, we are traveling over to the beautiful, picturesque city of Oakland, California, with the beautiful Oakland Alameda Coliseum, which is widely regarded as the best ballpark, not even in America, possibly the world. With that being said, it's a day for celebration as Team USA has just finally completed the opening win. Should have been a better win, I think, but hey, they still won, and we don't have Wainwright. Should not be your ace. Maybe 20 years ago when he was 25. But anyway, it was a good win. But we're here to talk about the Oakland Athletics. But if you're interested in our WBC, we did release a special this morning about the WBC. Make sure to take a look at that, share that, like it, whatever you want with it. Tell me if it's bad or not. So, with that being said, the Oakland Athletics, again, not too many people expect anything from them.
They're in a complete rebuild.
And they've been in a complete rebuild. It seems like for quite a while now. So if you take a look at their history here, they have made the playoffs since 2020. They made it to the ALDS. Before that, they made the playoffs. That was their third year in a row they've made the playoffs. They made it from 2018 to 2020.
Right. So really, they've only had 2 years to rebuild, and this is a third. So
yeah. But before that, they made it. They missed 3 years, then they made it 3 years, and then they missed again. So by the way they're looking, they're going to miss the playoffs this year. Then they'll make it the next 3 years. After
budgetary restraint.
Very much so. You're going to have to go back to 1989, last time they actually won a World Series. Before that, they won 3. They got a thing with going 3 in a row. They won 3 World Series in a row from 72 to 74. And then you have to go back to when they were the Philadelphia Athletics. So they have quite a lot of World Series trophies associated with the Athletics names. We got 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. They got 9 World Series trophies.
A lot of great players have played there, buddy.
A lot of history. If you go back to Philly, it's tons of history. You can go back to 1901.
Yeah, so, just going back through Oakland, I mean, you had Reggie Jackson, Joe Rudy, Holtzman, Vida Blue, it goes on and on, Sal Bando,
Ricky Henderson,
Jose Canseco, Mark McGuire, Dennis Eckers. Catfish Hunter. I should know him. He's only about 50 miles from where I'm sitting, where he's from.
Barry Zito had some good years there.
I like Barry Zito. That big old curve.
Jose Canseco and McGuire.
Yeah, the Bash brothers.
Yeah, you can't forget Harry Davis.
No, we can't forget Dave Stewart either.
Or Danny Murphy.
How about Dwayne Murphy?
What about Rube Waddell?
There you go. Now we're talking.
So if you take a look at the Oakland Athletics from last year, they did unfortunately lose over 100 games. That was actually the first time looking since 19. Was it? We go way back. Last time that was the worst season they've had since 1965 when they were the Kansas City Athletics. They have not lost over 100 games since 1965.
When you talk about them, I hope that
1979 they're Oakland, so that was the worst year since 1970.
Yeah, but then Billy Martin came in and turned them around for a while. I hope they can work it out somehow and they stay in Oakland, because I hate to see anybody lose the team. I mean,
they're not staying in Oakland. Look at the track record of the city. They lost the NFL. They lost the Raiders. They lost the Golden State Warriors. They're going to lose them. No one goes. Stadium's a dump. City's not much better. I think it's the
third oldest stadium in baseball, isn't it?
Yeah, but okay. Compared to the other 2 oldest stadiums, Fenway and Wrigley,
right?
It doesn't compare. But we'll go ahead and we'll jump in. We'll give our breakdown of what we think they're going to do this year. And without further ado, John, take it away.
Well, their key acquisitions, they get Kyle Muller, left-handed pitcher from Atlanta. He's got like 12 starts. He's got potential. They got Trevor May. He's probably going to be their closer for the Mets. They got Jace Peterson, play third base if he doesn't lose the job, or as a utility man. He can play all over. Alamedes Diaz from the Astros, probably going to split some time at third. He can play anywhere in the infield, DH. They got Esteury. How you say it? Esteury Ruiz?
Estuary Ruiz.
He's an estuary? Isn't that like a water thing? But anyway, Ruiz. I'm going to call him E. Ruiz. super fast, super fast. They picked him. We'll get
He's
it.
young too.
We'll get it. Pardon.
He's a younger guy too.
Yeah,
He's only 24.
right. Dominican fella. We'll get into him. They got Manny Pena to be, I guess, a backup catcher to Langoliers, and then they brought him back from Korea. I think he's been there 3 years. That's 1921. 4 years in Korea. Drew Rosensky, who was not a big stud when he left, probably is not going to be one when he returns. But anyway, the one big loss they had was Sean Murphy. That's a big loss. But they think Langoliers is going to be something, so I guess he'll have his chance now. But that for his acquisitions, that's it. But if you want to get to the road,
but can I jump in? I want to say one thing. I know you're talking about all these players and how they've acquired them. I'm looking at the roster here. 1 through 9, they drafted 2 of those guys. Everyone else they didn't draft.
They've been trading everybody, you know.
Oh, like Tony Kemp, they got says from a trade. Ramon Moreno trade. Seth Brown they drafted. Jesus Aguilar free agent. Jace Peterson free agent. Shea Langoliers trade. JJ Bleday trade. Estuary Ruiz trade. And Nick Allen drafted. So they have 2 guys that they drafted. That's probably why they're not any good. And they're not going to be good this year because you can't. Free agents, you might be able to sign a superstar here and there, but I like to think you get more role players and then you draft well and you get those role players that put you at the edge, like a Ben Zobrist.
You really like Ben, don't you?
He's a good ball player.
He was a good ball player. He's an old man now.
And his wife kind of screwed him over with their pasture. You should look up the story there. Yeah, he gets pretty.
I don't care about that. This is not TMZ, homeboy.
It's true.
All right. Well, all right. If you can have a special on just the
I'll break down Ben Zobrist's love life
and all the other guys and anyway, I've heard some stories from guys who know some guys, but we're not getting into that. But anyway, we want to get into the rotation. All right, Blackburn, All-Star last year. He's probably going to be their number 1 right-handed starter. He had a great 4.28 ERA, 122 WHIP, effective curveball.
So it sounds like he was just the all-star by way of them needing an all-star.
Right. Then what I'm hearing is the second starter is going to be right-hander Shintaro Fujinami. Fujinami, I guess. He throws hard, up to about 98, slider, splitter, walks too many. For what I hear, He's been up and down in Japan to their minor leagues. Come on, man. How low a level is that? I think Japan's probably, at best AA ball. And so if you get sent down there, what's that, like rookie ball? But anyway, so
one thing,
his comparisons.
I'm thinking, sorry to cut you off.
Say what?
Sorry to cut you off. I want to say one thing I'm noticing. Since 2017, he hasn't pitched over 130 innings. And since 2019 or 2018, he hasn't pitched over 100.
And Japanese teams usually go in a 6-man rotation, I believe.
So he doesn't pitch many innings. He's pitched 199 innings once. That was back in 2015. Like I said, 19 is 79 innings, 20 is 98 innings, 21 is 87 innings, and last year was 107. So I think that could be an issue too.
Yeah, what I understand, they're going to go with the 5-man rotation and see how it works out with him. So, I mean, I hope he does good. I mean, for them. But anyway, moving on to the next one. And then I read just today that's the first 2 starters. The third starter is going to be the American/Korean import Drew Rosensky. The last time he pitched in the majors was in 2018. He relies on his location. Had decent numbers in Korea, but okay. Then I'm hearing 4th starter is a lot of options. Muller, the left-hander they acquired from Atlanta. He's only had 12 starts, 318 minor league ERA, 125 WHIP minor league ERA, and 107 starts. And he come from Atlanta, so he probably knows how to play. Adam Aller, rough rookie year, man. Dude had a 6.30 ERA and a 1.63 WHIP in 14 starts. I heard he's going to be on a DL from a neck strain. Anyway, then a high-rated rookie Came up briefly last year. Big guy, 6'4", 4.93 ERA, 3/4 delivery. Ken, was it Waldichuk? I guess you
Yep.
say, yeah, he's a high-rated rookie. J.P. Sears, you can throw him in there. Made 11 starts between New York and Oakland last year. Had decent numbers on sample size, 386, 129 WHIP. I guess that's basically what I'm understanding. That's pretty much they're going to. Oh, I forgot James Caprillion. I thought he started off pretty good, I guess, 2 years ago, but he's career 4.20 ERA. And, who knows? Some of that could be, his 129 WHIP, but some of that could be what's behind. He throws up to 96, above average fastball. So that's all I got for the starters. You want to move into the bullpen?
Yep.
I'm showing Trevor May is probably going to be the closer, or Danny Jimenez, or both. Trevor May, 96-mile-an-hour fastball. They'll probably use him, get his numbers good, trade him, for prospects.
He's getting old. He's getting really old.
Is he? Yeah. And then
he'll be 34.
Danny Jimenez.
One thing, Trevor May has a rubber arm. Man, can pitch. I remember spring training. Didn't you call him everyday Trevor May? Because like every day May he pitches.
Yeah, and
he had a horrible year last year too. Awful year.
Well, then Jimenez
ERA over 5.
Jimenez walks too many people to be a closer, but he might be a big slider guy. Then you got Sam Mole, 291 ERA, 127 WHIP in 53 games. That's okay. Chad Smith, they had him, sinker slider guy. He's bad. Zach Johnson, fastball slider guy, good K rate, 54 games, 3.0 ERA, 127 WHIP, right-hander. It's not bad. That's really and then some of these guys that aren't going to be starters, whether it's Sears, Aller, Muller, Waldichuk, some of the guys in the bullpen. But they're rebuilding, so let's hope for the best for them. Then I'm ready. You got anything to say about the bullpen? Past that. I mean, there's some other guys, but
I don't think there's not much there.
Mm-hmm.
There's not. I don't think there's starting rotations. There's not much. I think it's going to be a rough year for them.
Yeah. Feel bad for them and their fans, but hey, I've been there. Most teams are.
Yeah, I feel bad for them for a couple reasons.
You go to catcher, Langoliers.
Yes,
Atlanta.
I have a feeling I'd like to touch on him real quick.
Yeah.
He's only 25. Last year, he only played 40 games, 153 appearances. Hit 218, which is just awful. So 218 last year for him. If you go back to 21 in Atlanta, he played only 5 games. No, he was in AAA. But last year, Oakland, really his first year, he didn't do anything this year. Last year, he struck out 34, almost 35% of the time he strikes out. So he strikes out a ton. His power really wasn't there. He's had good power in the minors from his looking back at it. So I don't
good
think
defensive
he's
catcher. Good defensive catcher.
Yeah, he's got to give him something. But his WAR last year's is 0.1, so he's league average.
Well,
he strikes out too much. He doesn't walk at all.
Well,
it's just
I hear, when they'll let Pena play some there, and then Langoliers will probably go to DH. He's probably going to get a big chance this year, see what he can do. Yeah, who knows? We'll see. First base, I'm hearing Seth Brown, he's a big left-handed guy, 25 homers, got power, but that's about it. And he's played some outfield, but I'm hearing that they got a Rule 5 guy, Ryan Noda. Big power guy, much of a hitter. I think he's like a 260 career hitter in the minors. So they said he could possibly take Brown's job, or he could spot Brown at first, and Brown could go to DH because their DH is really by committee. So, what do you have for second? Tony, left-handed hitter. Seth Brown's a left-handed hitter too. He has good contact rate. He's like 5'7" or something. He's little.
5'6". He's 5'6", 160 pounds. So the fact that he hit 7 home runs last year is incredible.
The wind must have been blowing hard, and probably all on the road. But I think he's trending downward, is he not? I mean,
Yeah, well, you're looking at his numbers here. You know, he hit 235 last year, which is the lowest since 2019 for him. It's down to 279, which 279 is not bad, but he is falling, and he's going to be 31 this year. So, or he is already 31. It's just probably for him going to go further down, further down. I don't see much from his WAR last year. It's just a little bit over 1.5. I don't see much there for him,
I don't know
unfortunately.
why
I think
rebuilding team, and I see all of them do it that rebuild. And they got these old geezers out there by baseball standards.
yeah.
I don't understand it. You know, if you're going to lose, get some young guys, or even if you get a younger veteran type guy that hadn't had a real shot. You know, why play these guys that aren't going anywhere? Even Brown's like on 29 or something, I think.
Well, yeah. Let's take a look real quick. So, Kemp's going to be he's 31. Seth Brown's going to be 31 this year. Jesus Aguilar is 33. Jace
Him
Peterson's
completely. Yeah, he'll probably get
he's
first base time too. Yeah.
and it's just Almides. They have Almides Diaz is going to be 36. They have Manny Pena, who's 36. Or he'll be he's 35, almost 36. So they're old, man. The youngest guy they got is 24. That's bad.
I know
That's
that's
some like 21 guys.
they've really let it go to crap. Yeah, I forgot about Aguilar. Yeah, so he's going to be the first baseman, not Brown. So Brown will probably go DH first base and some outfield, which he generally does. So, but third base, you got Jace Peterson, or they're saying Zach Geloff, UVA product.
Yeah.
Very athletic, got
So
power.
he's a young guy.
Pardon? Only 2 years in the minors, but yeah, like 500 some at bats, 25 homers. Has some time. He was down hurt last year, but word I'm hearing is he may sneak in that third base job. See, that's what I mean. Jace Peterson, really? He's proved time and time again he's nothing more than a journeyman utility player. But yet he always finds a job. Don't know how. I mean, let's make a short list of how many teams he hasn't played for. You know, because he's played everywhere. So yeah, so I guess it'll be between those guys, and Nick Allen or Alamedes Diaz will be at shortstop. Nick Allen can't hit. I mean, I think his last good offensive season was a senior T-ball league. He's decent on defense. So if you're only decent on defense, you got no offense. It's not saying much for your future, is it?
No, there's not much there.
Yeah, and
There's not anything there really.
there's someone I'm forgetting about here. I just thought about him too. There's another infielder that can't hit that played there last year. Hold on. One sec.
Fine.
Kevin Smith. He played some, but he better 180. There's
Yeah.
hope. Whoa, he had a 216 on base. Yeah, okay. I mean, there's not much there, man. God, it's sad. I hate to be negative, but dang. Billy Bean needs to go back running the day-to-day operations, I guess. And then you jump right to there. You get to the outfield. Center field is going to be Esterary. Was Ruiz?
Ruiz.
Yeah. 332 hitter last year in the minors. 85 steals. I thought that was a misprint.
85 steals?
Double check it. And he had a brief call
Hold
up
on,
to the
hold on.
majors with two teams last year because he got traded. What was he from Milwaukee? I think.
Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Milwaukee.
Right. Milwaukee. Right.
I'm trying to load it up here. My computer's probably going to break apart because the internet's terrible. But
Well, don't get them as
yeah, let's move on to JJ Bledane. If I come up here, I can double check it
I'm
for you.
assuming JJ's going to play right field. He's drafted high, supposed to be a star, but he hit 167 and 200 plus at bats last year. Really, left-handed hitter,
Yep.
supposed to have some pop, but he didn't even hit in the minors, I don't believe. So I heard right field. He may start. Ramon Laureano, he just coming off injury, still 251 career hitter. That's nothing to write home about. He's good arm, good defense. Left field, maybe Connor Capel, 308 in a small sample size in the majors last year. Pedestrian hitter everywhere.
Yeah.
He's got speed, a little bit of pop.
So I have those numbers for Ruiz if you'd like them.
Yeah. How many steals last year?
All right. So, and he played Double A and 2 teams in Triple A.
Right.
Okay. So for Double A in 49 games, he stole 37 bases.
Dude's a thief.
Then in Triple A for Milwaukee, he had 37 games, stole 25 bases. And then in San Diego, he had 28 games and stole 23 bases.
So he had 82 altogether. He was in San
but
Diego.
He strikes out almost.
He
SDP, yeah.
Where is he? AAA where?
SDP, San Diego Padres, right?
He didn't play for the Padres. Did he come from Milwaukee?
Maybe my stats are wrong here. But I thought he was Milwaukee too. But it's saying San Diego Padres here. This is Kansas City Royals, San Diego Padres, Milwaukee.
Kansas City Royals.
That's what it's saying.
Your computer's smoking something, dude. Because no, wait a minute, hold on. I gotta check my facts. I got him with San Diego and Milwaukee. Okay, excuse me, your computer's not bad. So he got traded 3
times. Kansas City started his career home run.
Oh, in the minors. Speaking of that, did you know that Oakland has Brent Rooker? One of your
career AAA guy.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Anyway, so that's the 4 guys I'm looking at outfield or 5. Oh, Christian Pache. Bust.
Yep.
Bust. Atlanta. Again,
Yep.
Atlanta gets rid of somebody. There's a reason. The Braves are one of the finest organizations in baseball from top to bottom. If they get rid of you, there's probably a reason. Because they keep most of their talents homegrown or traded from homegrown talent. So anyway, yeah, I remember hearing something last year, something before he got traded, or a year before, how he was disappointed, because they brought him up to start in Atlanta. He couldn't do anything, moved him down, traded him. He's mad because he didn't play. He got a chance to play. It did not produce at all. So, moving on for anything else you got to say about their outfield?
We can talk about the prospects, and then, but as far as the lineup goes now, and we can get after.
Well, I was going to say DH is probably going to be by committee. Lots of options: Langoliers, Diaz, Aguilar, whoever else, maybe Blade. I don't know. Prospects, yeah. Why did they?
Yeah, so they're
if their top prospects, Tyler Soderstrom, a catcher who is 20 years old, got all the way up to AAA last year, only a few games, but 29 homers. Defense not very good. Why'd they draft another catcher in the first round? The same guy, power and K's a lot. I mean,
well, there's a reason they're not any good. So.
And then I had the third prospect is my UVA buddy Zach Yeloff.
Yep.
And I think UVA ball players usually good, and they have a history with some of them. Sean Doolittle. He's a great player for them, great player for Nationals till he got hurt. May make it again, Great guy with charities too. He raises a lot of money, helps a lot of causes. My prediction.
Looking at their overall, I guess, state of their farm system, they're ranked actually top half, barely top.
Well,
still top half
if you're rebuilding, you better. But let's compare that. The Orioles are in complete rebuild. Look at their farm system. I mean, I've never seen, and I'm not being biased here because I do like the Orioles, a farm system right now better. I mean, I was watching them or listening to them today, and I recorded the game. I haven't watched it yet, but I mean, it's just player after player, man. And they didn't play much of their good guys, and it's just one after another. I mean, Holiday got 2 at-bats today, got another hit. He's 19 years old, man. I have a feeling he could play in the majors right now. If they wanted to rush him, but they won't do it. They'll probably wait till he's like 30. Them. They waited, till Adley was, in a wheelchair before they brought him up. And Rodriguez, they kept babying him. But I can't. This is not about them, but I can't dispute anything Elias does. I think he's doing a great job. But back to Oakland, my prediction is going to be ugly.
Yes, if we can go ahead and quickly take a look. I saw Dario Parnase on there as well.
Yeah,
the prospects. He's like their 18th best prospect, so they gave up.
Why do you think the Orioles traded him? Didn't need him.
Because they needed anything.
He had a good year, at least second half last year. He was ripping.
Yeah.
But I hope he does good.
So we have the Royals with the second worst record in the American League. What do you think?
You have the A's.
Yeah.
You think someone's worse than them?
Detroit.
No.
I had Detroit at 68-94. We have the Oakland Athletics at 70-92. So barely.
Where are they going to get 70 wins from? What, someone going to forfeit 10 times? That's a 6-win team, dude. There's not that pitching staff. It's gasoline, dude. There's not much there. I mean, I hope I'm wrong for their sake, but anyway, I don't see it.
Yeah, there's not much there. It might be a little generous. Maybe we'll drop that down to 65-97.
I think they're a 100-loss team, but hey.
Only happened once in the last 20-some years. So
for them, but this team's
history's on their side, man.
Nah, they ain't nothing to do with history. This team's bad. They get no support. You realize when they were winning World Series 3 in a row, people didn't come. Did you know that? Their attendance was terrible then until the playoffs started. I mean, they said there were several nights when they were winning all those games, all those stars, they'd have 2,000 people there. They'd announce more. They one of those years they only broke 1 million in attendance, and they said that he was fudging on the stats.
Every team fudges numbers.
Well, they fudged it a lot. But anyway, I'm actually reading a book about those seasons and Charlie Finley.
So I'm looking at here. Oh my goodness! Their announced average attendance last year. What do you think it was?
Probably 7,000 or 8,000 a game.
Announced is 9,000.
Yeah. So
that means they were getting maybe I bet no more than 6 a night on average. And I bet most of that came on Fridays and Saturdays. If you went to a Monday night game there, I bet there was about 1,000 people in the park.
Yeah, they said the players in the old days used to call it not the Oakland Coliseum, but the Oakland Mausoleum.
It's a shame. They're not going to be there. Within 5 years,
they're great. I don't know.
Vegas, the town of Las Vegas, has so much more excitement behind
history
it. To get
something, man. History means something. I mean, maybe the city don't.
Well, if they won't build them a stadium,
well, why don't they build their own?
They don't deserve it.
Why don't they build their own? Jack Kent Cooke built Redskins Stadium. City didn't do it. These owners.
I don't think the city should ever help
them. I don't, because why should taxpayer? When I have a business here, the city don't give me money.
I agree. I don't think taxpayers should pay for sports stadiums.
No. These guys, if you own a team, you're rich. Or it's a conglomerate that owns them, like the Braves have. It's a company. They get more money than God. These companies and people. So when most of these owners, they're there. This is a game to them, a sport. This is a toy. This is not their business. Mm-hmm. How many teams actually? This is their moneymaker. They know they need write-offs and stuff, dude. That's why they pay so much, because they don't care. They wouldn't pay these guys what they pay them if they weren't making money. People complain about, they make so much. Well, the owners pay them. The players didn't make them pay it, And that's another. Yeah. One day we need to have a subject. I get tired of people saying they make too much money. Well, they didn't write the check, and who's not going to take it? They're special talent. They do something that very few people can do. I mean, an actor gets money like that. No one complains about them. And the actor ain't never took a fastball outside the head, 100-mile-an-hour fastball. A baseball player risks his life every time he steps up to the plate, man. But that's another day, another subject. But I'm tired of talking about Oakland because I'm sad now.
That's it for Oakland. Tomorrow we're doing the Seattle Mariners, which is going to be a lot more exciting, hopefully. At least they got more talent there. Julio Rodriguez.
All right. Everybody.
Yeah. Today is when this video goes live, it'll be Sunday, so make sure you check it on Monday with Brooks Knows Baseball 30 breakdowns in 30 days with the Seattle Mariners. But yeah, John, let's shoot us off and get out of here for tonight.
All right, I'm going to try to be enthusiastic. That's all for now, folks. Wait a minute. That's all for now, folks. See you next time on, help me, Brooks Knows Baseball.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, John Boy.